it's still propped up on your bar cart. Could make a grand off of the chain you bought me, but damn, it's not for sale. When someone asks me who's my favorite Batman, I'll think of you and say Christian Bale.
You are listening to CJSF Radio 19.1 FM, broadcasting from unceded coastal Salish territory in Burnaby, BC. Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday, December 6th, just past 11 a.m. You are tuned into Richard's show. Today, we are putting some financial sunshine on this great weekend. Actually, today we do have some good sunshine in the morning. I hope it will last. We are covering banks, credit, crypto, and more. But I want to start with the most important part, your financial habits. So that's the topic of this week. Following last week's designing, we will discuss one topic each week starting from December. So the first week, it is finance. That's why we choose the financial health for today's topic. I have broken down the best practices into 10 tips for financial health. Actually, I got these 10 tips from website and we will check it together whether it is good or not. And we will be rolling them out throughout the hour in between our deep dives. Let's dive right into the first two essential pieces of advice. It is reported that the tip 1, budget for fun, not just survival. It says, don't make your budget a punishment. If you budget $20 for coffee and $50 for a movie night, you are more likely to stick to the plan. Guilt-free spending is the key. So this tip talks about the budgeting. I remember there are two groups of people in my friend circles. One is they do a rough budgeting. They know how much they earn in a month and try to meet the balance at the end. Another group is they just don't budget. Then they see their balance in the bank checking account and spend them by feelings, by impulse. Also, there is a very tiny group of people who did the thorough budgeting. It's like a budgeting for an organization or a country. they split how many money to the grocery, how much money for the investment and for the bill payment and recreation. This tip suggests that we also budget some fund for the recreation, for the fun. It mentions coffee and the movie night. Actually, for me, this part in my rough budget is several $100s for the restaurants. That's a lot of spending in my life, because people do not want to cook every day. They free their hands and kitchen on the weekends and have a nice trip outside to dine in a restaurant and meet friends, catch up with families. Then that's the tip 1. The tip number 2 is build an emergency fund. Aim for 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Life happens. For example, car trouble, a broken laptop, and that fund is the shield that protects your credit card from going into debt. So the tip number 2 is, I also heard this from other financial counseling, saying that yes, we should reserve 3 months living expenses for the emergency. For example, seeing a doctor or have car issues, really. So that's the first 2 tips. We will enter a check. The name of the check is Lovey Dovey by Oma.
This is an Omar and up to scratch production 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 and up to scratch
a mountain now I feel, and it's made me this person who has longed for, and it's you I call on. I can't define love without you. My soul won't be strong. Move on, my destiny you bring out. Invest in this, it don't doubt. My fantasy I have found. Nothing can compare or harm. Feelings like this can't be wrong. Getting up, standing up, got to have good loving. I ain't afraid to fall, risk it all. Constant pushing, shoving. My fantasy kill me. Got to stop it, I no longer be alone, don't. Thank you for allowing me to let my guard down, allowing my heart to come around,
show you how I feel. Thank you for looking right past all my armor, being patient with all my drama, and seeing that my heart had promised all my best in me. You bring out, invest in this with no doubt. My fantasies I have found, nothing can compare to her. Feelings like this can't be wrong.
Getting up, standing up, got to have your loving. I ain't not afraid to fall, risk it all. Comes to push and shoving. My fantasy, you and me. Yes, it's loving, loving.
I can no longer be alone. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, oh,
For loving me without judgment, trusting that this is worth it. When it's wrong, even when it's imperfect, you fight for us. And now that we've come so far, you're always gonna be my boo. And darling, ain't no question, no, it ain't no option. I'll never ever replace you. My best in me. You bring out, baby. Invest in this with no doubt. My fantasy. I'm in a happy place and she's to blame. She stays down and never changes on me. Getting up, standing up, got to have your love. Baby, I ain't afraid to fall, risk it all. Comes to push and shoving. My fantasy, you and me. Yes, it's lovely, lovely. I can no longer be alone. No. Getting up, standing up.
gotta have your loving tonight.
Afraid to fall, risk it all. Comes to push
Afraid
and
to
shoving.
fall.
My fantasy, you and
My
me.
fantasy, yeah.
That's the song called Lovey Dovey by Oma. Also, one side note is that we are today discussing the financial health topic. If you have any opinions or input, you can call in the radio station 778-782-2573 during the music playing time, so I can share your voice with other audience. You can also follow us on CJSF Talk or CJSF Music on Instagram, and you can see my account also in the follower of those official account. My Instagram account is Richard_Peng PENG_1211. You can also reach out to me discussing your opinion and input. And also we are open to requesting songs to play in my Richard's show on Saturday 11 a.m. So back to the topic. Let's tackle the big question. How should you keep your money? If you are still using the big five like RBC, TD, BMO, CIBC, and also Scotia Bank, and you are no longer a student, then check your fees. You are likely paying $15 a month just for the privilege of holding your own money for the checking account. For the students, they can bring their study permit or enrollment letter into the front desk to waive the account management fee. Also, they have many good opening gifts for both students and newcomers. Those are the big traditional bank. Also, there are some online banks like Tangerine, Simply, EQ Bank. They offer 0 monthly fees and often higher interest rates on savings because they don't have expensive branches. In my experience, people usually first will have at least one of the traditional bank checking account. Then they can do the online bank, because those online bank, when you register, they need to have a connection with the local traditional bank, because when you want to cash out, you will have to need a ATM. Also, so in the tip, it shows use the big five bank only if you are absolutely need in-person service. Otherwise, pocket the fees and go digital. Here are some experience from that. The fees, they usually can waive the fees if you keep $4,000 or more in the checking account. Also, the digital bank, the issue is that if you want to reach out to them, the only way is to call them or to email them, but that can be annoying because during the rush hour, it can be easily waiting 1 hour, 30 minutes. It's much more convenient if you go to a local bank branch after your restaurant visiting, or when you run some errands in town, you can just drop by to a local bank. That's regarding the basic service of checking account. We'll later discuss about the savings and investment of this account. In the tip 3, it says, pay yourself first. The 10% rule. The moment your paycheck hits, move 10% into a separate savings or investment account. You will manage the rest of the month with what's left, and you won't even miss it. Then this tip number 3 is suggesting people to save money, save 10% into investment or into house purchasing or into a retiring fund, etc. The 10% rule is a pretty decent rule of thumb because, for example, you earn, let's say, $3,000 a month. 10% to reserve is only $300. Then you can use this $300 to do for example, in my case, it's the continual saving plan or continual investing plan in BMO Bank to the tax-free saving account. I just need to book the appointment with my financial advisor to start this plan. You can do it over phone or in person. I prefer to do it over phone because I have been visited them many times in person. So I know the details and know what mutual fund, what fund I want to invest. So I sign the document saying, hey, I want to invest this amount of money at the beginning of each month. Then it will carry out automatically. I signed it for 8 months, so each month it takes this portion of money. So since it only takes like 100, 500, 1000, then you do not feel that much impact into your net assets. So you still feel safe and confident financially. That's the tip 3. Let's move on to next track called Montana Rockies by Country Girl K.
Where the pine trees whisper through and through.
Welcome back. Let's move on to the tip number 4. Also remember you are welcome to call in to our radio live. It's 778-782-2573. The text in function now they have some issues, so we now only accept call in or the Instagram texts. So you can search me on Instagram from CJSF Talk or CJSF Music, or even search myself account the Richard_Pan_1211. The tip number 4 is avoid lifestyle creep. You got a raise? Great. Don't immediately upgrade your car, your apartment, your coffee order. Keep your expenses stable for a year and save that extra cash. So this tip talks about the lifestyle improvement, lifestyle creep. That's an interesting topic. I experienced it myself. When I first moved to Canada back to 2021, I'm a new international student, study in university. I need to pay tuitions, pay rent, groceries, and live in a small bedroom in a 7 residence house. That's my beginning of the lifestyle. Then I moved on to, then I gradually have more safety in my grocery and living place. I upgraded to three people apartment. So now less popularity, less density. It's a lifestyle creep. And now I am married. I moved to Surrey, and it's moved to Surrey Fraser Heights. It's another lifestyle creep. I noticed that the expense increased a lot because you have to match my family's spending style. So that's subordinate lifestyle creeping. But we can still manage it. In this tip, it says when you got a raise, don't immediately upgrade your lifestyle. Yes, I kept my car, still the old car. I have not upgraded yet. I have not upgraded my coffee orders. Maybe a little bit, not that much. I purchased the grinding coffee machine, so I can buy the fresh coffee beans and grind it in my home and brew the coffee freshly. That's not a very strong craving, I would say, a strong raise. I still do it myself. I occasionally went to Tim Hortons and Starbucks. Not frequently, I try to make coffee myself. Right, in this way, I do save some extra money by keeping my expenses stable for a year. Right, I have moved to freezer height for over a year. It benefits me a lot in this tip, so it's worth trying. It says avoid live creeping. Let's take a break and listen to the song called Normalize by Gally Haha.
Anya dreams of becoming the world's greatest chef. Max and Maria dream of skating for gold. Alex dreams of a life free of needles and pain beyond the walls of a hospital room. Right now in Canada, more than 10,000 children are being treated for cancer, and 1 in 5 will not survive. When you support Childhood Cancer Canada, you help fund critical research and provide financial assistance to families in their fight. Give life to dreams beyond kids' cancer at livefordreams.ca.
Attention, Punk Rock Nation. Join your host, Todd McCluskey, every Wednesday at high noon for the Blurred Crusade. The best in punk and post-punk on CJSF 90.1 FM. Each week, tune into a delicious mix of tasty tunage, proto, classic, and post-punk. The Blurred Crusade, Wednesdays noon to 1 on CJSF 90.1 FM or CJSF.ca. Join us as we dust off the crusty vinyl and get blurred.
Welcome back. And this is the second part of the show. We'll discuss the credit card and the tips. So we are moving on to the credit card, the tool that is either your best friend or your worst enemy. The secret is simple. Treat it exactly like a debit card. If the funds are not in your checking account to cover the charge, do not use the credit card. If you pay your balance in full every single month, you get free rewards, free travel points, and a perfect credit score. If you carry a balance, you are paying 20% interest. That's a huge unnecessary fee. Also remember the 30% utilization rule. Don't use more than 30% of your total credit limit to keep your score high. And also, in this credit card topic, there are 2 tips in my investigation. The tip number 5 is check your subscriptions. Go through your bank statement right now. Are you really using all 5 streaming services? Cancel the ones you don't use. That $15 a month adds up to $180 a year. Tip number 6 is to cook at home. Yes, I know, we discussed in the first part of the show, but seriously, cooking your own meals is the single biggest money saver for anyone living in Vancouver. Bring your lunch to Simon Fraser University, to your workplace, ready for some right, that's the two tips for the credit card. I do have some experience with credit card. First, I applied. Let me count what card do I have. First, I did the Walmart card at my first year in Vancouver, and they offered me 1% reward in the Walmart purchase. Then I moved on to CIBC credit card. They give me the limit of a balance of $1,000, but that's also a good start. I start to build my credit score. I use it for grocery, for everything that I can pay by credit card, and repay it just before the deadline, like 5 days before deadline. So, right, you can imagine my credit score increased fast. Now this is my 5th year in Vancouver. And the balance limit has raised to a certain amount of number. To compare the credit cards of those banks, I like the most is American Express. I like the way they offer 1.25% cashback for every purchase using credit card. Oh, that's the cashback, the simple cashback. So, like, I use it to pay my dental treatment, to pay restaurant, also medical bills, and I use another card is BMO cashback. It's the grocery card. It offers, I remember, 3.5% cash reward. So that's like every time you got a 3% off when you buy grocery in Walmart, Superstore, TNT, Instacart. I use Instacart. I use Skips. Yeah, I'm not sure Skip can treat it as grocery, but other grocery I mentioned, they gave me the 3.5% cashback. For other, like gas, if pay the gas fee, if it's not affiliated with a special credit card company, I will use American Express. For actually it's using credit card. One advantage is the borrowing money because during each period of the bill, you borrowed the money from the credit card company. For example, every month your bill is $2,000, then you are actually borrowing $2,000 from the credit card company without any interest fees. And you carry this bill onwards for a year, then that means you borrowed $2,000 each year from the credit card company without paying any interests. And those $2,000 you saved in the, for example, checking account or some investment account, that will produce interests, for example, 3% each year. Then that's the 3% extra you earned from credit card company. Alright, that's the credit card part. Let's move on to the next song called Imposter by Class Action.
Replacing the retirement when it was on the line. Must have had luck on his side. This guy's an imposter, why can't anybody see? His place isn't deserved, his merit's all unearned. Soon he's gonna crash and burn. This guy's an imposter, why can't anybody see? This guy's an imposter and he's staring back at me. hanging by a thread. And trust me, I would know. He's feeling insecure, he's questioning for sure. Is it too late to go? Soon they'll find him out. Of this I have no doubt. His days are numb. Whoa, it's nothing but a fraud. It's all just a facade. Soon everyone will know. Here, he must be filled with fear. He's gotta know the end is near. This guy's an imposter. Why can't anybody see? His metal never tried, so underqualified. Soon there'll be no one by his side. This guy's an imposter. Why can't anybody see? This guy's an imposter, and he's staring back at me. Trust me, I would know. He's feeling insecure, he's questioning for sure. Is it too late to go? Soon they'll find him out. Of this I have no doubt. His days are numb. Whoa, it's nothing but a fraud. It's all just a facade. Soon everyone will know. An imposter, and he's staring back at me.
Hello, welcome back. You are listening to Richard's show. This will be the segment 4, investment basis and tips. Let's talk about making your money work for you, investing. The secret ingredient here is time. The sooner you start, the less money you can actually have to contribute, because compounding does the heavy lifting. You don't need a broker. Start with you do need a broker. You can look for the ETF exchange trade funds that check the entire market. It's a slow, boring, and highly effective way to build wealth. So in this website, it gives us 2 habits of tips to master. Tip number 7, use the 24-hour rule. Planning a spontaneous purchase over $100, wait 24 hours. Put it in your cart, walk away, and see if you still want it tomorrow. Most of the time, the urge will be gone. So, this habit of purchasing is regarding to the appliance and digital products, and Amazon, Temu, those shopping. If you want to purchase them, have the impulse, you can keep it in the shopping cart for over 24 hours or even longer. For me, I usually sleep on it for 7 days or even 2 weeks. After a fortnight, I will have a better idea whether I want it or not. Sometimes the issue just resolved themselves. For example, I want a tool of this, and I find that I can use other tool to replace that. The tip number 8 is talk about money. Don't treat money like a secret. Ask friends how much they pay for rent, what bank they use, or how they invest. Being financially educated and sharing information is one of the best ways to get ahead. I like this tip because I also do it myself. This way, I play tennis. I do have some tennis friends, tennis buddies. One of them is retired CIBC investing advisor. So I got some free counseling from his site. And right, tax-free saving account is one thing he recommended. Start as early as possible. And also for the American stocks, American mutual fund, it's also what he suggests. Although I have not taken the stock, I do have some investment for the mutual fund, the ETF mutual fund. And in this mutual fund, they look at the index of the United States and also the Canadian market. So this ETF balanced, it's a way to chase the large market. The second product I have invested is the mutual fund with stocks. So that's basically still a mutual fund, but it will invest the technical company in North America, like Apple, Google, Facebook, Meta, Costco is also in it, and some Canadian companies perhaps also in the list. So since I work in the computer science industry, academia, so it's good that I have put some money on the company that I use every day, that I trust, and I build my future career on them. So that's the tips 7 and tips 8. And about the investment basis, also another side note is if you are a union worker and you want to buy Canadian and buy union, there is one credit company which is unionized. They are called Community Saving. That's one credit company that sponsored the Labor Appreciation Night by hosted by the United Way. That's where I met the manager of the Community Saving. So yeah, since I'm a pro-union person, so I want to promote this, endorse this company. If you want to buy Canadian and buy union, that's one place you can choose. They offer the mortgage, they offer the checking account, investment, like what I said, the mutual fund and stocks. They have branches in Hastings, in Surrey, also in Coquitlam. Also, the last topic about investment is the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin is start to rise back from 2019, 2021, and it's a pretty new thing. I read from the magazines and financial advice papers, they say it's recommended only put no more than 4% of your net assets into the cryptalized currency like Bitcoin or other coin, digital coin. So that's what I practice. I invest no more than 4%, and I see it works well for me. I purchased some one of my dream items using the money I earned from Bitcoin. So I like it. Maybe the best practice of it is don't look at it, don't check it every day. I only check it every month when I do a reconciliation of my assets. I will check how it goes, and don't worry about that. I look it in a 3-month basis and or half a year, see how it goes. Do I need to use the earned money from that to purchase something, to cash out? And I find that using the money earned from this portion to buy a certain item, it gives me a special memory of that item. I know that item is from the money I earned from investment, from my wisdom work. So that also give that item or gift a special meaning in your life. So that's the final topic about investment regarding Bitcoin and crypto. It's a pretty high risk investment, so don't invest too much. Then that's the 8 tips of keeping yourself financially healthy. We'll end the show now. That brings us to the end of the hour. The next show is called That Chinese Show by my colleague. We today reviewed the 8 tips from the website to keep us financially healthy. And stay tuned. This is CJSF 19.1 FM. The news is up next at noon. Have a productive and financially healthy weekend. I'll see you next week. Bye.